I hate to admit it, but I'm extremely excited about this Detroit Pistons offseason now that they decided to move in new directions with getting rid of Troy Weaver last week and bringing in Trajan Langdon as our new team president of basketball operations. We were already at rock bottom. We were already the worst record in the NBA. So only direction that Trajan Langdon can take us is up, and that's what's got me so excited about this offseason. With all that being said, James Edwards, team reporter for the Detroit Pistons, came out over the weekend and he said that he's 99.9% sure that the Detroit Pistons are going to offer Cade Cunningham a max contract extension, going to be 5 years, $226 to $228 million, somewhere in that range. And I'm all for that. I'm all for giving Cade Cunningham that contract extension. But there's a debate going around Pistons Twitter, Pistons YouTube, Pistons articles saying, is Cade Cunningham worth that? I'm all for it. I'm thinking he is. But the argument to that is, if you give Cade Cunningham that money, he holds all the cards and he could want to get traded right away as soon as we offer him that contract, and we'd be on the books for that. I don't think Cade Cunningham's that type of guy, and I think you build around Cade Cunningham. If you're offering him that, you build around Cade Cunningham, and it's up to us, not us as fans, but it's up to Trajan Langdon to build a competent roster around Cade Cunningham. It's not often you get handed a player like Cade Cunningham that you could build around when you're taking over a new team. And that's my argument to the people that say you got to trade Cade Cunningham so you can go get more draft capital, you can get more pieces. I think you're going to have a better route building around Cade Cunningham than you would where if you traded. Because look at the Pistons draft record. I understand it's Trajan Langdon coming in and he's going to be drafting, but look at the Pistons draft record the last 10 years, 10, 15 years. We've missed out on stars, and we're going to rely on more draft capital to build this team into a play-in team. No, I don't think so. I think if you kept Cade Cunningham and you put pieces around him through free agency, through the draft with Trajan Langdon, this team could go from rock bottom where they're at, bottom of the league, to play-in tournament every single year. And I'll take that with how bad this Detroit Pistons team has been the last decade and a half. Now let's talk about the fifth pick. I came out a couple weeks ago and I was saying that the Detroit Pistons should trade the fifth pick. I don't know what the Detroit Pistons are going to do with the fifth pick. There's not much talent there. They should try to trade it and see what they could get, try to get a piece around Cade Cunningham. That's when Troy Weaver was unfortunately our GM at the time. Now he's not our GM, and I want to keep that fifth pick unless you get an offer for a star player where you package Jaden Ivey in that fifth pick or Jalen Duren in that fifth pick, and you'll get a star piece to put next to Cade Cunningham. But if we're staying pat at that fifth pick, I'm really starting to fall in love with Dalton Connect at 5, Rob Dillingham at 5, or Reed Shepherd at 5. They can all shoot the lights out, and they're off-ball scorers. So, yeah, in college, they were the primary ball handlers, while Dillingham and Shepherd were teammates, and they shared the backcourt, but they can also play off the ball, and that's where Cade Cunningham needs help. He needs an off-ball player, someone that can move off-ball, someone that can create a shot off-ball, because Cade draws so much attention to him when he's at the top of the key, when he's playing the pick and roll. If Cade can drive and dish it out and someone can be a knockdown shooter, that's what the Pistons have missed the last decade and a half, the last 10 years. They have had no shooting, and our best shooter in the last 10 years, I want to say, is KCP. And that he's great. He's a good piece for the Denver Nuggets, but is that your reliable three-point shooter you want on the outside? Not really. We need someone like Reed Shepherd, who was shooting 50% from the three in college, someone like Dalton Connect, who's a bucket, or Rob Dillingham, who's a bucket. I'm sick of drafting these players with defensive potential. Killian Hayes, that's a prime example. We drafted Killian Hayes because we wanted to restore the defensive side of the ball for this Detroit Pistons team. Well, what did that do? Every time he would go on the offensive end, he was a liability. Same with Asar Thompson. He's a liability on offense. We got to stop drafting these liabilities on offense. The NBA is all about scoring now. Go get you someone that's going to make Cade's job 1,000 times easier. And then if you add more players like Malik Monk in free agency, and you add other pieces like that, pieces that can score, then you have these guys on the bench, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, Marcus Sasser coming off the bench. That makes your bench that much better. Isaiah Stewart coming off the bench, and these players don't have to have that much pressure on them to go score 15 a night when they're not capable of doing that. This is how I would address this offseason. I'm building around Cade Cunningham. I'm giving that contract extension. And at the number 5 pick, if we stay pat at number 5, it's Reed Shepherd, it's Rob Dillingham, or it's Dalton Connect, because those guys are buckets. Let me know what you guys think about the video down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you want this Detroit Pistons offseason to look like. Are you excited about it like I am now that we're on to new directions? It's exciting times. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Love you guys.